This is a brief review of how to read and decode the Pennsylvania Core Standards, specifically for English language arts. As you page through the standards, you'll notice that most have a very similar looking matrix. When we are reading the matrix, we'll be looking for a few things. First of all, the Pennsylvania Core Standards will begin on the top saying Pennsylvania Core Standards, and if you're doing a literacy class, they'll have English language arts there, and then in the title, the grades. Now there's two versions. There's grades pre-K to 5 and 6 through 12. They look extremely similar because they're all based on the same core standards. Therefore, if you line them up side by side, you would see it would actually go pre-K to 12. You'll notice that each standard seems to grow on the one from the one before. So they're all related and they to show growth through the years. In the left corner of the standards, you'll see 1.4. 1 means English language arts. The 4 in this case shows writing. Any standard that has to do with writing in English language arts will have a 1.4 to start. If you're doing reading or speaking or listening, you'll have a different digit where the 4 is. On the left side will be the category. For example, this standard refers to narrative writing, and specifically within narrative writing, conventions of language. Other standards will have other categories here, be them reading or speaking and listening or writing or foundations of reading. Other writing standards may refer to persuasion writing, and they may refer to expository writing. They will, within each section, also be focus or content or organization, style, or conventions. This skinny row refers to the grade level. As I said before, these pages are grades K through 5, pre-K through 5, and the second group of standards are grades 6 through 12. And as a matrix works, as you are in on this standard page, if we look at grade 3 right here, we'll see that the third grade standard for narrative conventions of language is written here. Demonstrate a grade appropriate command of the conventions of standard English, grammar, usage, capitalization, punctuation, and spelling. Now, many of the standards have these substandards listed. These substandards can easily be Googled, E03.D.1.1. and then a digit, maybe 4. Each one of these substandards will be a very specific standard, a part of the standard. For example, they may be capitalizing proper nouns or using commas, apostrophes appropriately. There are so many that they don't just fit onto the page, so they're coded. For grades K through 2, there are a lot less standards, substandards, and therefore they're actually just written out as bullets. When you're writing a mini lesson and you're planning your mini lesson to teach just one thing, you will select just one of these bullets or just one of these substandards to teach to. We're going to look closely now at grade 2, CC.1.4.2.R on the next slide. Okay, so now we're looking and we're decoding the code. The CC will mean Common Core. Every standard that was put together by Pennsylvania as they were rewriting the Common Core standards begins with CC, saying that it came from or it was inspired by the Common Core. The 1, as I referred to before, refers to English language arts. The 4 in this instance is the ELA area of writing. The 2 is the grade level. And the R refers to the specific standard details. In this case, demonstrate a grade appropriate command of the conventions of standard English, grammar, usage, capitalization, punctuation, and spelling. Now, we're going to take a quick look at this number 4 in this column right here, the middle column, because the 4 refers to writing. But just to be sure, if there was a 1 where this 4 is, it would be foundational skills. 2 is reading informational text, 3, reading literature, 4, writing, and 5, speaking and listening. For the sake of EDR 304, all mini lessons we write will be writing based. Therefore, anytime you find a standard that you're working on and you're going to be writing a mini lesson, you'll be using the 4 in this column to show that it's a writing standard.